Most of my professional career before I came here has been spent doing software development. So designing software, mostly in-house software for various companies. Sometimes on contract, sometimes on project. I would say the biggest difficulty we had when developing the Hyoungjoon was to actually have a platform to program on. More specifically, I was a little concerned about using JavaScript because JavaScript allows students to do things that they may or may not need to be able to do, right? So, fortunately, we found Khan Academy and developed a curriculum around that because Khan Academy has safeguards to prevent bad things from happening to new heights. How to get the students to improve. Ideally, I just explain, hey, this is the better way to do it. They do it that way, right? The keys to being a good software developer, whether or not you're having your major in it or you're not majoring, is to logically think about it, break it down piece by piece by piece, and then handle those individual pieces as best you can. So being able to do that, being able to logically take something and break it into its component parts is probably the most useful, but probably also the most challenging thing to teach. Computers are very complex machines. They don't always do exactly what you want them to do.
Yeah.
You try, and the more experience you have, the more problems that you have seen, the more likely it is it's something that you know how to fix, right? Otherwise, you do the same thing you do in your programming, and that is you break it down, you figure out, okay, what could be causing the problem? Let's see if this is causing the problem. Oh, that's not it. Let's see if this is causing the problem. And you either keep doing until you find out what you need to fix, or instead you just finally give up and move to a different computer. I mean, just recently we ran into an issue that I believe, at least so far it seems to indicate, that there's a bug in the Microsoft C++ compiler. And so when I couldn't get that to work, I was like, it looks like a bug. I discussed it with my other colleagues on staff, and the majority of them came to the same conclusion. So we're pretty sure that's what it is. Not that there's anything we can do about it per se, but that happens. Well, there's not as much of a difference between the fundamentals for non-majors and the fundamentals for majors. The big difference between the two is that one is using JavaScript and you get to draw pretty pictures, and the other one is using C++ and there's really no graphics at all. Otherwise, the stuff in there is to a large extent the same. You have variables, you have conditionals, you have iterative structures, you have arrays, all that kind of stuff. Now, with the C++, because C++ deals more directly with memory, some things are different, and some things I have to sort of throw in there so that we can build on it. Other than a few minor things like that, it's to a very large extent the same. Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I'm generally surprised with some of the things that the ATEC students come up with in their programming projects, right? Which is a good thing. I mean, I like to see the creativity. That's positive. That's some of that is just it takes practice, right? And the more you do it, the easier it's going to be. And that's one of the things I really want to convey to students is that this is a computer. You're not really going to be able to break it if you code something wrong. Right? You just have to, keep trying until you get it right, and don't be afraid to play around with it. Practice, and don't fall behind in your work. Those are the two big things. Falling behind in your work makes it very difficult to catch up. Whenever you're programming, it's always going to take longer than you expect. I can tell you from 20 years of experience, regardless, it's going to take longer than you expect. And because of that, practice is important, right? I have heard a number of people complain that students graduate from UPD without knowing how to program. And it's not because we didn't teach them, it's because after Computer Science 2, which is a freshman, or actually in some cases a freshman level class, they never touched computer code again, right? And you've got to stay in practice with it.